for Behind the Shutter magazine, and I want to thank you for joining me this month for reading the article about why I continue to shoot with one light. I've been at this now for almost 20 years, and about 15 years ago I purchased my first building and opened my first studio space. And at that time I needed to invest in some lighting. I was going to be shooting indoors finally instead of outside. I had moved from Waco, Texas to Winterset, Iowa, very extreme in weather difference. And I moved to a place where I knew that I was going to need to shoot inside, and so I bought what I knew. And all I knew at that time was shooting with a main light, which for me was all natural light. I photographed outdoors mostly, or with window light inside. And so all I knew was a window and a reflector, something for fill. And so I opened up my catalog and that's what I purchased. There wasn't a way to get online and surf around then, and so I just had to buy what made sense in my head. And that made sense. What made sense to me was a giant softbox, which I use a 4x6 softbox, which is a big softbox, but I've used it in very tiny places. But that 4x6 softbox, and then a large 72-inch reflector. And that's what made sense in my mind. And you know, I continue to use that to this day. And I have a lot of photographers that say to me, you know, or ask me, you know, you make this look so easy. Well, that's because it is easy. Using one light and one reflector is a very, very easy, simple way to create consistent, classical, traditional, beautiful lighting. And even though I had no idea what I was doing when I purchased my lighting equipment back in 2000, I shortly after went to a week-long class with a photographer named Darton Drake. And Darton was someone whose work I loved at the time, and I really wanted to get to study with him. And so taking a week-long class really made a lot of sense. I wanted to be able to really absorb him and his work and how he did things. And you never would have believed it. I would have never believed it at the time because I literally did not know what I was doing when it came to lighting. But I walked into that classroom and Darton Drake had a 4x6 softbox and a 72-inch reflector. And that's what we used all week long in that class. And it really validated that choice in the beginning, but also continued really to validate it over the years, because I knew that I wanted my work to be consistent. I knew that I wanted it to have a look and a style and a feeling. And you know, so being consistent over those years has really made a big difference for me. So I wanted to share with you one of the exercises that Darton gave us during that week in that class. And I want to share it with you because it's something that really changed things for me. And that was using one light, one reflector, one subject, and one prop, which was a chair, one background. So we were in a small area with this very simple setup, and we were challenged to create 100 different images. And that was such a powerful exercise for me that week. And it's something that over the years I've continued to do. I don't do it yearly like I probably thought I would in the beginning, but here and there, or sometimes even when I'm teaching a week-long class, I'll do it again with my students. And it's just really something that will change the way that you see light. It'll change the way that you perfect your posing. It'll change the way that you position your lighting. You'll find your groove because you're trying to create 100 different looks with this one light and one reflector. So it would encourage you to grab a spouse, grab a teenager. Don't grab a small child because it does take some time. It needs to be someone that will work along with you and play along as you practice and refine things. But I wanted to give that to you because it is something that really changed things for me and really made me believe in the power of a one light system. And it is what I continue to use today. It's very simple. It's the same every time. I don't have to really think about it. And because I photograph mostly kids, I don't want to think about a whole lot of things. I want to play with my kids and get them into their groove, and then I want to be able to shoot away. So I need consistent and predictable lighting, and that's what that one light setup does. So I hope you enjoyed the article, and You know, if you want to try this exercise, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Email me, Facebook message me, or post on my wall. I love to hear from you guys and love to hear how things are going for you and working for you, and even get your questions. So stay in touch, and we will see you next month.